Okay, let us now go to the next lesson, in which this is the factor theorem. So the definition is, the factor theorem is a special case of the remainder theorem where the remainder P of R is equals to 0. P of X has a factor X minus R if and only if our P of R is equals to 0. So let us define this one, or let us expand our definition with this example. So show that our x minus 2 is a factor of our P of x, x cubed minus 5x squared plus 6x. So this means here that we're going to show, we're going to prove, or we're going to, show that our x minus 2 is a factor of this one. So we're going to prove our x minus 2 is a factor, and so what we're going to do is change our negative 2 to our positive 2, and therefore that becomes the value of x, which is positive 2 to our polynomial function. And copy this one. So what we're going to do here is, we are going to substitute our 2 to our x's. So this 2 cubed minus 5, 2 squared plus 6 times 2. So what is 2 cubed? That is 8. Minus 5. What is 2 squared is 4. Plus 6 times 2 is 12. This multiply this first. 8 minus 20 plus 12. So what is 8 minus 20? Yes, that is negative 12 plus 12. Negative 12 plus 12 is 0. So therefore, we can say that our P of negative 2, our P of 2 is equals to 0, and it means that our x minus 2 is a factor of our polynomial function. Easy. Okay, so our second example is, given that x plus 2 is a factor of the polynomial P of x is equals to x cubed minus px squared minus x plus 30. So we're going to solve for the value of P, or you are asked to solve for the value of P. So let me expand the explanation with respect to our problem. So here, it is given that our x plus 2 is already a factor of the polynomial P of x. So therefore, if we're going to substitute our negative 2, in which that is the opposite of positive 2, or negative 2, to our P of x, the remainder is 0, since our x plus 2 is already a factor of our P of x. But the problem here, our P of x is having an unknown value of our P. So that is what we're going to solve for. What is the value of P? So how are we going to solve for that one? Use first for x minus r, x plus 2. Again, our x plus 2 now will have a value of negative 2 to replace for our x's here. Okay, in order for us to solve for our value of P. So that becomes P of x, is it copy first our polynomial expression, x cubed minus p x squared minus x plus 30. So what we're going to do here is, we're going to replace our x here on the right side of the equation with our negative 2 opposite to our positive 2, since this is already a factor and it will have obviously a remainder of 0. So what we're going to do is only solve for the value of P. So you know that this is 0 here, okay, since it is a factor. So that is already 0 there. So that becomes here, replace our x with negative 2 cubed minus, copy P, since we don't have the value for P, replace our x with negative 2 squared minus x is negative 2, copy minus, plus 30. Then simplify. So what we're going to do is simplify. So what is negative 2 cubed? That is negative 8. Negative P, and this is This is negative 2 times negative 2 is 4. Negative 4p plus negative times negative is positive plus 30. Okay? So what we're going to do, the same what we did in linear equation in one variable, in which we have a one variable, a known value of the variable equation. So what we're going to do is we're going to rewrite this on the left side, 4p, by copying the opposite of the sign negative. Then copy negative 8 plus 2 plus 30. So this becomes 4p. Negative 8 is, negative 8 and positive 2 is negative 6 plus 30 is, that is 24. Then divide that with 4. Divide that with 4. So therefore, our p, the value of p is 24 divided by 4 is, yes, the value is 6. So therefore, the value of p is 6 on the equation if this is a factor of the polynomial function. So how are we going to check for this one? Now, in order for us to check if really p is 6, to check for this one is this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace our p with the value that we have solved, which is 6 on our equation. But since this is already a factor, so we're going to replace all the excess with negative 2 still in order for us to get the value which is 0. So p of x is equals to x cubed minus our p is 6 x squared minus x plus 30 by changing it also with negative 2 to get 0. Negative 2 is equals to negative 2 cubed minus 6 negative 2 squared minus negative 2 plus 30. So therefore, negative, yes, there is negative 8. This is 4 times negative 6 is negative 24 plus 4 plus 30. So negative 8 plus negative 8 and negative 24, that is what? Okay, let me check again. So we have sorry, this is not positive 4. This is positive 2. Negative times negative is, there's negative 1 here, sorry. Yes, that's now correct. Okay? So here, this becomes negative 32 plus 32, and that is now 0. So therefore, our p of negative 2 is 0, and that concludes that the value of p is 6 on this polynomial equation, so that we can say that our x plus 2 is a factor of our p of x. Okay?